Tonight, mask off. The decisions on whether or not a mask is needed soon in the hands of officials in local governments, but concern growing about an increase in cases. Is now the right time to remove the mask? Why one doctor says no.
Week 2, Derek Chauvin's trial continues. Damning testimony today from a doctor who treated George Floyd. And Minneapolis's top cop takes the stand.
Stopping sexual assault, how groups on campus are joining in the effort.
Coming together, tomorrow is One Ball State Day. Hear from organizers leading the charge. And you got a sweet tooth?
Ooh.
The new item coming to store shelves. I'm Catherine Segal.
And I'm Tyler Brumman. I'm getting hungry over here. Plus, we've got up-to-the-minute weather conditions. This is Delaware County's only live TV newscast. Let's go.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Thank you so much for being here with us on this Monday night. It's 9 o'clock. First here tonight, Indiana's mask mandate ending in less than 3 hours, making it an advisory.
Governor Eric Holcomb announced the change in late March, saying local counties will be able to decide what restrictions they will follow themselves.
Whether that is a bank branch lobby, on the factory floor, or a county courthouse or city hall, they retain the authority to make decisions about COVID restrictions for their operations and should be afforded their respect.
Here in Delaware County, according to Indiana Public Radio, the Delaware County Commissioners passed an emergency declaration today, dropping the mask mandate, except in county-owned buildings. Privately owned businesses will still be allowed to enforce mask wearing.
And Ball State says masks will still be required on campus until at least the end of the semester. President Jeffrey Mearns is encouraging students to get the COVID vaccine.
As more schools across the country prepare, one expert who once said it would be okay to do so now says he has had a change of heart because of the COVID-19 UK variant and its impact on children. Epidemiologist Michael Osterholm says he's concerned because more than 740 schools in Minnesota have reported cases of the variant. In Michigan, more and more young people are being hospitalized as cases are on the rise. Now he's questioning his own recommendation to send kids back into the classroom.
These kids now are really major challenges in terms of how they transmit.
We'll continue to keep you updated. Live look right now outside over campus. Clear skies here on this Monday. A very beautiful shot out there. Catherine, one thing about today I noticed, I was able to walk outside, and you know what? It was really warm. Very beautiful today. Spring-like out there.
Yes, the sun was shining. I loved it. Natasha, what's it looking like?
Well, yes, it was gorgeous outside today. We actually tied for the record of 80 degrees, so first 80 degrees of 2020. We have cooled down a little bit. We're seeing 70s and mid 60s for most places. It's 70 degrees currently here in Muncie. And coming up in my full forecast, I'm going to talk about maybe breaking some more records, as well as some rain chances on the way and a cool down that's going to come after those rain chances.
The latest tonight in the trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin and the death of George Floyd. Minneapolis Police Chief Madeira Arredondo took the stand today. Arredondo was the officer who fired Chauvin following Floyd's death, and he testified on the training the code of ethics officers are expected to follow. The trial's focus also shifting toward the legal ramifications of Floyd's death. An emergency room doctor says he treated Floyd for about 30 minutes, attempting to restart his heart after officers failed to apply basic life support. Chauvin pleaded not guilty to charges of second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter.
Back here now in East Central Indiana, this April marking the 20th anniversary of Sexual Assault Awareness Month. NewsLink Indiana's Lily Cedardahl spoke with local organizations on how they are educating the community.
A month dedicated to spreading awareness and prevention of sexual assault, harassment, and abuse. According to Muncie Mission's Women's Transitional Home Beauty for Ashes shelter manager Christy Thornburg says awareness efforts can go a long way.
I think that knowledge is just power. Like the the more that we can know about sexual assault, the more that we can prevent it.
Beauty for Ashes houses 5 women at a time, providing 2 family units and 3 single units. Thornburg says many of the women staying at the transitional homes have been a victim of sexual assault.
I'm pretty sure that every woman that stayed at this transitional home has been misused and abused in some sort of way.
The shelter is encouraging donations to further raise awareness. Ball State's Office of Victim Services, Office of Student Life, and Alpha Chi Omega sorority all hosting events throughout the month. Alpha Chi Omega's Vice President of Philanthropy, Jenna Pyle, says based on statistics, it's important to get the Ball State community involved.
Number one demographic that's affected by sexual assault is a college woman.
Alpha Chi Omega and Ball State's Office of Victim Services kicked off awareness efforts by hosting a table event at Ball State Scramble Light to inform students about sexual assault. The 2 organizations look to involve other student organizations in sexual assault awareness later in the month with events such as Denim Day, which Pyle says raises support that an outfit doesn't condone sexual assault.
It doesn't matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter what you do. You are never, ever, ever at fault for being assaulted.
Again, that was Lily Cedardahl reporting. For more information about how you can get involved, visit ballstatedaily.com. And a note of transparency for you, we do want to mention our producer, Emily Harless, among those helping out at the Scramble Light today with Alpha Chi Omega.
Music to the ears. Mark your calendars. The 57th University Singers Spectacular is this weekend. Why this year's show is bittersweet for some members.
Plus, cutting down on pollution, a new resolution talked about at tonight's City Council meeting. The latest on what could happen in a live report. You're watching East Central Indiana's only primetime newscast.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. This Friday is the Ball State University Singers 57th Spectacular. NewsLink Indiana's Madeline Kerr spoke with some of the singers about how this event will be memorable for a few of them.
Ready, 5, 6, 7, 8.
The Ball State University Singers usually spend the year performing throughout the state of Indiana and the United States, but this year has been different for the group.
The year to see how we're doing in front of a live audience, but this year, we didn't really get that, so we're just kind of being thrown right into the final. With no previous experience in that, so it's going to be fun.
This year's Spectacular is the show choir's first time performing in front of a live audience since COVID began, and for the senior members, it's their last chance to perform.
Spectacular is one of those things where it's all the hard work and dedication that we of an organization have put together, or put on throughout the year, worked together to make the show what it is kind of like that overwhelming feeling of pride and joy that I have for the people I work with on a day-to-day basis.
But the first-year members who haven't gotten the chance to perform are just starting to realize how important the event is.
I didn't know how big Spectacular was coming into it until they started telling me about it. I've never came to a show, so I am fully just newly introduced to this. But it is so cool to see the passion that people have for this show and the memories that it brings and everything that just goes into it. I've just been in awe, and I'm so blessed to be a part of it.
The show contains ensemble, duet, and solo performances from the members of University Singers and will take place this Friday in the Emmons Auditorium.
Come see Spec. Go get your tickets at the Emmons box office.
In Muncie, Madeline Kerr, NewsLink, Indiana.
Performances will be this Friday and Saturday at 7:30. An update to a story we brought to you last week, Muncie's City Council voting on a resolution to reduce the amount of pollution in our air.
Yeah, that vote happened tonight. This coming as Indiana is the top ranked in the nation for toxic pollution per square mile. NewsLink Indiana's Avery Johnson has been on top of this. She was at tonight's meeting. She's live for us tonight outside City Hall. Avery, what happened?
Thank you, Tyler and Catherine. The Muncie City Council just voted 9-0 in passing Muncie's first ever climate resolution. I'm here with Jason Donetti right now. He is the organizer of the local Muncie Climate Coalition. Jason, how are you feeling right now?
I feel great. It was a great meeting. There was a lot of good input and discussion, and it was a unanimous vote in favor of it, so we feel pretty good right now.
And then what are these next steps coming forward after the passing of this resolution?
Next steps will be we'll form a committee. They appointed a council member to the Planet Muncie committee tonight. We'll look for the mayor to appoint someone, and then the committee will start meeting and putting together a climate action plan.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Jason. Live at the Muncie City Hall, Avery Johnson, NewsLink, Indiana. Back to you, Catherine and Tyler.
All right, Avery, thank you so much. Of course, great work tonight by our own Avery Johnson out there. And speaking of climate, let's talk weather now. Obviously, as Natasha mentioned earlier, we hit a record today. We got into the 80s. It was so beautiful out there.
Yes, it was so nice. I loved that I didn't have to wear my coat outside. I didn't even bring my winter coat back.
Yeah.
So let's hope it stays that way.
I can't blame you. So hopefully we've got nice weather still here in East Central Indiana. Natasha, what's happening?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, we did tie the record high degrees set back in 1986 of 80 degrees. That's well above our average of just 58 degrees. And the good news is we could see some more of that in the coming days. And this is actually the first day we have seen 80 degrees since November 9th of 2020. That was 147 days ago, so almost 5 months without seeing those 80 degrees. Now, of course, the sun has gone down. We are starting to cool a little bit. We're seeing 63 degrees down there in Bloomington. It's 74 degrees still up there in Lafayette, but it is 70 degrees currently here in Muncie. And southwest winds are going to not cool us down too much. We're going to see that low around 53 degrees tonight. Partly cloudy skies, maybe a few isolated sprinkles coming in there because there are some clouds and a little bit of shower activity, especially off to our northwest. That's mostly moving through right now. If we take a look a little bit closer, you're seeing those clouds, a few isolated sprinkles. Some of that might not even reach the ground, but we could see a few of that by the morning. And here's a look at precision cast, those clouds moving in, but by Tuesday morning, we're going to be mostly clear, and we're going to stay that way throughout our Tuesday, so that's really going to allow temperatures to warm up tomorrow. And as we get into Wednesday, we're going to see a few more clouds start to move back in. By Wednesday afternoon, could see an isolated shower move into the area. Activity going to become a little bit more widespread by the time we get into Wednesday evening. You can see that the next 5 days, there are a few chances of seeing some rain. You're going to see that 30% chance of rain coming on Wednesday. Could see a few showers and thunderstorms pop up in there. Our best chance of rain going to come on Thursday, but since we're so far out, we're not really sure about total amounts yet, but your NewsLink Indiana weather team will be tracking that for you as we get closer, and that scattered rain activity going to come later for the weekend. But those temperatures are going to fall after that rain comes through. However, we could reach 80 degrees tomorrow with those mostly sunny skies. Taking a look at the next 5 days, we have that we're going to reach 80 tomorrow, going to see 77 degrees, could reach 80 again for our Wednesday. Cooling off as that rain goes comes in into the upper 60s. And if we take a look at the mid 7-day forecast, you can see after that rain moves through, we will see that sunshine coming on Monday and those 60s and 70s for most of the week. So it is going to be really pretty this week.
Yeah, absolutely. We love the 60s, the 70s, the 80 today. Hopefully we can keep that nice weather. Natasha, thank you so much. And Vinny, I know we're talking March Madness. That bracket challenge is heating up.
Oh boy, it is. Tonight, the big dance coming to a close as it'll be Gonzaga and Baylor. The Bulldogs and the Bears finally matching up for all the marbles tonight.
Plus, Vinny, he is tall. And you know what? We're talking about One Ball State Day. It's tomorrow. After the break, my sit down with organizers ahead of the fundraising effort. Stay with us.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles, watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort
We should still make an
to
effort
get to know each other.
on a deeper level. Father,
Cosplayer,
mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward. Come together.
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana here on this Monday night. Tomorrow is One Ball State Day, and of course, you know, a lot has been happening on campus. Tonight, we have some special guests with us here in the studio. We've got Isaac and Corinne. They are here from the Philanthropy Education Council. Did I get that right?
You did.
Absolutely. Perfect. So kind of talking about One Ball State Day, let's start off with the big question. For those who haven't heard of it, what is One Ball State Day?
Right. So One Ball State Day is our 24-hour day of giving. It's an online day for us now, and really what it's about is just like providing students with those scholarships, that emergency aid that allows them to succeed. It's just a day dedicated to that, connecting our alum to our students.
You guys have a lot of goals with this year's One Ball State Day, but COVID-19 has really came in and disrupted things. Corinne, kind of talk about the impact that COVID has had so far on this year's One Ball State Day.
Sure. So, you know, usually One Ball State Day, we get really involved on campus. And in previous years, we were able to do a lot more on campus. So we've had to change a little bit with COVID-19. So mostly doing things online. We've really amped up our social media to make sure that we can get students involved as much as we can.
So for you guys, what's your goal this year? What do you guys hope to accomplish?
Yeah, that's a good question. Really, what we want to do is we want to engage our student body. You know, we are the ambassadors here on campus. We want to get people from different departments and different schools involved and ready to be a part of our One Ball State Day experience.
How can people donate if they want to get involved?
Sure. So the minimum gift is only $5, which is really great because it's really affordable for most students. But you can give, of course, as much as you'd like. So the way that students can donate, they can either go to our website, and they can find what group they'd like to donate to, and they can just choose that way. But you can also go through our social media. We're really big right now on Instagram, and we've got lots of links and information on how you can donate.
With the pandemic impacting everything, you know, you guys are still setting lofty goals. What are some of the things that you really hope that can, come from One Ball State Day besides just raising money?
Yeah, I mean, so last year we raised over $500,000, so we're hoping to beat that this year. We've won several national awards as well, so we're hoping to win a couple more. But besides the impact and the giving and donations, we're really just hoping to not only just get the word out about what One Ball State Day truly is about, but to get our students involved so that way when they become alumni, they can be involved again with One Ball State Day as well.
By the way, I love the t-shirts. I left mine somewhere back over there, but yeah, the t-shirts look really cool. Real quickly, as we have a couple seconds left here, just kind of your final thoughts, anything else you guys want to add?
It's funny. So I work at the foundation. And over my year and a half there, philanthropy has had a major impact on myself. I don't receive scholarships, but I talk to students who do. In particular, I had a conversation with Amanda Robinson, who talked about how emergency aid changed her whole life. And just like when she was down, Ball State and the alum and the donors came in and they just picked her up and helped her to feel, just able to move on again. And so hearing those stories, hearing how that impacts our students' lives here, it's changed myself, and that's notable.
Yeah, without a doubt, definitely a lot happening with One Ball State Day. Isaac and Corinne, thank you guys so much. Of course, we hope that you join in the effort tomorrow for One Ball State Day. NewsLink Indiana, of course, we're going to continue to cover it for you. We'll be back right after this with much more of NewsLink Indiana. Stay with us.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Weeknights, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal weather. We've got the latest news headlines.
Freezing temperatures have set in all the way down in Louisiana.
One man dead after flooding in Venice, Italy.
Up to the minute weather conditions.
Cold temperatures are the story this morning.
And of course, lots of fun.
It is not
What
funny.
on earth is happening there?
I feel sorry for the little guy.
I've got my socks on. Annie with her curly hair, which is actually never curly. Join us Friday mornings at 8 on Facebook Live.
Welcome back. I'm Vincent Martirano with sports. Today was the grand opening for the new esports facility. President Jeffrey Merns and Provost Susanna Rivera Mills cut the ceremonial ribbon, officially opening the doors to the team and students. President Merns was then presented with his jersey of his own. The Dean of CCIM, Paige Turner, and Director of Esports, Dan Marino, spoke to the team, highlighting the new facility's key features.
Having a facility that any student can access who might not come from a background where they could afford, a high-end gaming rig, kind of allows them to also participate in something they might otherwise love, but just couldn't get access to. So I'm really excited about that.
Be sure to tune in to NewsLink Indiana tomorrow for the full story on today's ribbon cutting. And next, now moving on to college hoops, the men's national championship is about to start before you know it. This matchup, we got the Baylor Bears taking on the Gonzaga Bulldogs in the one-seeded showdown. And we got a good one for you. Baylor made it to the finals with ease. Gonzaga was also dominant all season, cruising past its opponents. That is until they hit the wall of UCLA, which took a last-second heave to seal the deal. Let's take another look into the magic moment that happened.
And with the ball in his hands, in the paint, floater, short, got it back, ties it with 3. Gonzaga has time to do something. Suggs for the win. Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Unbelievable!
Unbelievable indeed. And of course, Jalen Suggs couldn't be happier. I mean, who wouldn't be ecstatic?
And that's something that you practice, on your mini hoop as a kid or in the gym, just messing around. And to be able to do that, it's crazy.
And before the big matchup tonight, let's take a look at how our NewsLink bracket challenge is shaping up. Taking the lead in first, and the only bracket in the top 5 with Baylor taking the title, Emily Harless. Up next, sports director Shakin' Blake Dollier. Moving up to third, Natasha Leland. Followed by Nathan Gidley in fourth, and rounding up the top 5 managing editor, Brittany Dobbins. And moving into the women's side of the tournament, Stanford took on Arizona in last night's championship game. In case you missed it, let's take a look at some of those highlights. 3-seeded Arizona taking on 1-seeded Stanford with everything on the line. Early on, ball kicked from the paint out to the corner. Williams sidestepping back out to Prechtel. Splash! Williams brings the ball up, stops, pops, and it drops for 3. Stanford jumping out to an early lead, asserting its dominance on the game. McDonald gets it off the pick. Lets it fly from deep, trying to bring the Wildcats back into this game. Late in the third, the Wildcats coming down the court off the steal, going coast to coast for the layup, making this one come down to the wire. McDonald working around, scrambling, and looking for an open shot. Heaves it up, but no good. Stanford holds on for the win.
We're walking out of here. We're leaving San Antonio with a lot of pride. We're going to walk out of here and leave with our heads up, just knowing how far we came, how far we come up as a program and as individuals. I mean, we have nothing to hang our heads for.
What a tournament it was. Hoping for a great game tonight. Vinny, thank you so much. We'll be back right after this.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now? Right now.
You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back, and Krispy Kreme is bringing you cookies with your donuts as the company teams up with Oreo.
Yeah, this is yummy. There's the Oreo cookie glazed donut, and then there's also the over-the-top donut. They're going to be available until the 18th. Natasha, looks so good. So does that weather. One final check of that 7-day.
Yes, we're going to see temperatures in the 80s. Then we'll see some rain, cooling things down a bit, but those highs still in the upper 60s.
So much. That's going to do it for us here tonight. We're back tomorrow night at 9. Have a good night.